Good morning, good morning, good morning. That's big. That's a big chat. Let's scale that down just a little bit. I think it's more legible. Here we go. Morning, guys. How are you all doing today? It's Thursday. So today is a kind of, today's a light stream. Today's a 3-hour stream. Oh, Fafa, what's up, dude? Hello, Talan. Hello, Cat. Hit Cat, how are you? So hopefully the plan today is to finish this amazing Snowman. Where we are right now with him. I think we're gonna finish it today. What's up, Inspire? Hello, hello. Yeah, we're gonna finish him today. We're still texturing him. We want to sort out the eyes a little bit. And then I think gonna texture the flamethrower. Get it looking a little weathered. And then from there, start cutting them up. Getting them ready for print. I'm excited about all that. So, super good. I'm really, really happy. Alright. Also, too, got a little Fortnite chat thing happening. Thought that was pretty cool. At least it's a little, I think it's a little bit more legible. Hopefully. Kind of like the chat there. But the other chat was just so small. So, we'll figure it out. We'll play with it. Get some Stream Raiders going. I know you guys are excited about that. So hopefully there's not another freaking update. People are too excited for Saturday. They're too excited for Saturday? Why are people super excited for Saturday? I feel like I missed something. We're officially on lockdown over here, so again, you'll be streaming for the first time in 2 months. Yes. Yes, you should be streaming. Absolutely. I heard be safe. Yeah, it's a little tough right now. Just it's more of like they put a curfew, and then on top of it, they don't want household commingling, which, you know, that's a bummer. It's a bummer for those who are being safe about it, you know. And yeah, so it's just all tough. I'll be streaming for the first time in not right now. What was the anatomy site you linked before? Oh, it was called Figurosity. I'll post it right now. It's worth the few dollars. I think I paid $40 for a year access to the entire thing. It is right here, Figurosity. It's an amazing website. You don't need to pay for it if you get the general idea if you're just going for pose, but I did it because it's nice to, you can see clothed models, nude models, muscle structure, you can save poses, you can, it's like a little community too. So yeah, it's great. I paid for it for the year just because it's like, I wanted access to everything. I really wanted to see the muscle fibers. Seeing the nudity kind of helps out a little bit too when you're trying to figure out how gravity should work or how forms are without, you know, that are, like how the skin is. It helps. So I use that a lot. Actually, you know who turned me on to that was actually Donna, and I've been using it ever since. I think I've been using it for just almost a month, and it's great. It actually helped me a lot with Vegeta. But you know, it's crazy because like subtle poses are difficult, more difficult than action poses, I think, because action poses you naturally want to push them, whereas like subtle poses, like everything has to kind of be relaxed and meaningful. It's yeah, relaxed poses I find to be difficult. I find relaxed poses to be harder. Unless you're a snowman. You cheated on this one. No anatomy here. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the flamethrower we're gonna go ahead and actually start scratching them up, getting them. So we're gonna do some more alphas. I want to get some metal textures, and then we're gonna do some alpha texture metal work. So let's go ahead. I think we're gonna load up Photoshop. Let's first get Stream Raiders going. Takes a second to load in. Okay, guys. I really wanted this blue box. Are there enough people here? Do you think we could tackle this, do you think we could tackle this 4 skull? What do you guys think? There's the 3 skull down here. I do want this gold one. Let's go down to this gold one. Let's go down to the I want to go to the gold one. Let's go here. I think we can do it. All right, and what we'll do is I'll put my warrior up. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I got some sites that have character poses and such that would help with gesture studies. Nice. Yeah, link those. Yeah, link it, Mofafa. I could easily use more resources. I think we all could. Okay, so let's go do solo mode so we're not killing my CPU. I'm gonna minimize this. Let's open up Photoshop and let's open up our search. Go to Google. Ooh, nice. Click that bad boy. Character designs. Nice. CharacterDesigns.com. I love it. So I have Figurosity right here. We'll stick it right there. I also have this other anatomy site, Zygote, I think it's called or pronounced. This is a really good one as well. Really, really helpful. So yeah, and then what do you got? Quickposes.com. Oh, interesting. This is cool too. Yeah, that's a good one. Right, thank you for that. Okay, we're gonna go to pixels.com, one of my favorite photography resource sites that's completely free to use for everything. And then we're gonna type in metal texture. And honestly, this is gonna be good. Nice and grungy. We'll kind of want to scratch it up a little. Oh, this came from London, Canada. Nice. So go ahead and you could just download the original size. Nice. Go ahead and save that. Go ahead and minimize this. We can go to new. Then right here, let's actually call this, rename this Zbrush alphas. This way we just don't have to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. Hit save preset. Now we have it. We can go ahead and open that up. Just a nice blank screen. Now let's go to what we downloaded. Gonna drag that in there. Then we'll scale this up so that it fits the whole thing. Something like that. Perfect. And now from here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a solid color background. Again, we want a true black, so we're going to go 000 for true black. Drag that underneath. Then above this, we're going to go ahead and actually group this here. And from here, we're going to go ahead and put a black and white. We're going to just make sure some of this stuff, like right here, is really dark. So just the blues, the greens, the reds. Actually, a lot of it's not really, it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty much the way it is. Like that. So now we're going to go ahead Let's add a levels adjustment. So kind of make everything pop just a little bit more. Okay. Now let's go ahead on our texture. We're going to add a layer mask and we're going to invert that. What's happening? Is Photoshop not responding? Here, let's do this again. Let's just add. Say no. Not actually responding. Something's weird. Go open one more time. Not open. No. Zbrush alphas. Sometimes I get this weird Photoshop bug. I don't know if it's just me, where I can't actually. It's not editing the photo. So let's restart that. Let's grab image. Scale that up. Okay. Solid color. There we go. Okay, that's better. Quite sure what happened there. But let's go to black and white. Okay. I guess we don't need the black and white on this one. It's already kind of black and white as it is. So let's adjust the levels a bit. That way we have really good darks. Then let's add a black and white filter over it. Okay, perfect. There we go. I think there was just an error there. That's better. Now we're going to go ahead and group all this together. Hey, what's up, Rush? What's up, Martin? Hey, a little audio games. I get a bug where no hotkeys work. Clicking, switching to another app, and back to Photoshop fixes it. Yeah, that's weird, man. Glad I'm not the only one. I'm starting to lose my mind. All right. Now we'll go ahead and get a layer mask. Get a big old brush. And tap right there in the center. Maybe a little less than that. Let's try it there. There we go. So we get that nice little gradient. Then we're going to go ahead and save this as a metal texture. Call it metal grunge. Martin! Rush, how you doing, my friend? How's life going for you? Okay. Now we have our canister right here. So we're going to go ahead and our active points are pretty small right now. So we're going to need to actually increase this resolution. We're going to go ahead and subdivide this. Probably, yeah, 3 million is pretty good. And then we're going to go ahead and hit auto groups. That way we get different groups happening here, so we could texture certain things and easily select. Like, let's get these right here, for example. There we go. Invert that mask, and now we can just texture this right here. Things are going okay, I think. I might be able to hit 30,000 on Twitter before the end of the year. 1,800 away. Nice, man. Nice, dude. Look at you. You're killing it. Take the drag tool. Let's go ahead to alpha. And we're going to hit import, maybe, if they'll let me. And then we're going to go to metal grunt texture. Nice. Yeah, that's fantastic. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. Eggs Benedict. That's such an awesome name. Okay, so you see here how we have actually some resolution issues, even though this whole thing is like 3 million. We're gonna back this up for a second. Yeah, down res it just a bit. Delete higher. Actually gonna select just these points right here. We're gonna go ahead and wait, hold on. Free subdivisions. That's what our problem is. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Let's lower subdivision. So part of the reason why that resolution is so bad is because we don't have enough edge loops. So we're gonna go ahead and delete higher. And we're actually gonna add in our own edge loops where we need them. So we're gonna go insert multi-edge loops. We're just gonna basically give it some geometry where we're gonna need it. I'm just gonna touch right here, building up these edge loops on these cylinders so there'll be enough geo or enough resolution when we subdivide up. That should fix the problem. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, let's try that now. Let's go back to standard brush. Yeah, and see now how it's actually getting a little bit more of a... that resolution's kicking in a little bit more. So I'm trying to wrap up the other monster lady so I can post her tonight. Nice. Absolutely. Interesting thing is my channel got DMZA'd yesterday while using Pretzel. Tweeted out both Pretzel and Twitch. Hopefully they get it resolved. Interesting. This one isn't as creepy as the lips girl. Yeah, that's very interesting, Peter. Twitch is weird. I don't know if this matters. Maybe something to check. Right down here on the new Pretzel Rock, I had an update. And there's this YouTube safe mode. Not sure if that matters. I have not been flagged on Twitch or on YouTube since I've turned this mode on. Not quite sure if that matters. Something to check into. But I know Twitch is kind of all over the place with music right now. They're not quite sure how to handle it. So, just a thought. Okay. Okay, this is still tearing the geo. Let's subdivide again. Okay, that's too much on the subdivision front. So what we're gonna do to make this easier to work with, because instead of going in and adding all these edge loops, what we're gonna do is we're actually going to delete higher on this. We do like it. We're gonna go ahead and duplicate this. I'm gonna hide it for the original. We go ahead and subdivide a few times. Take it to about 3 million. And then what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna Dynamesh master it down to 1 million. I'll look at that. Yeah, take a look at it, see if that helps. They're not really even handling it. No, they're not. They are just letting streamers and the DMCA people handle it. Yeah, it's total bullshit. Yeah, not quite sure. Not quite sure how they want to do this. They need to do something. Honestly, this is part of the reason why I hear people are getting frustrated with Twitch and wanting to leave Twitch. Gotcha. It's muted anyway, so in my opinion, it kind of doesn't matter since they did that. Yeah, it's all sorts of weird. Okay, now we have this Dynameshed, which is fine because that resolution is pretty good. And what we can even do, actually lower this below. Take this one, subdivide this up to the 3 million mark. Literally hide everything except for these two. We can just go ahead and project back to it. Give us a little bit more detail, a little more cleanliness, and then go ahead and start adding in our detail alphas. This is where alphas are a little weird to work with, whereas like the EDM brushes are better. Yeah. DMCA is just not really... It's not really just a it's muted problem. Yeah, if for whatever reason the DMCA people find a video of yours with just one song they think is DMCable, you'll get a strike. Yep, absolutely. Good morning from Detroit. Wishes warmth, coffee, sugar. I love it. Thank you, man. Good morning. How you doing? And my dad says, how are you doing? I'll do the YouTube save option and then see what happens. 3 strikes and you're automatically banned. Yep. This is also part of the reason why I pulled out of the affiliate program, because the affiliate program, actually, that's where they're looking first. Partners and affiliates, they don't care about people like me who don't want to be affiliate anymore. But also, too, YouTube is stricter than Twitch. So if it's cleared on YouTube, you should be okay on Twitch. And at the end of the day, if you have too many problems with Twitch, it's always YouTube. You know, if there's a place to see how many strikes, if any, you're on your account, you should be notified. Each strike you get, you should be notified. Hey, Flapjack Sauce, how you doing? And actually, I think if you go into the video options itself, you should see which video is striked. Like, they kind of have to tell you. Okay, so now that we have the quote resolution kicked back to the lower version, we're gonna go ahead and just delete this old flamethrower. We have a backup anyway that we saved before, and now you can see that at 1,000,000 resolution, we're getting that kind of corrosion look that we want. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this green color. I'm gonna make it kind of dark. Also gonna put on RGB so we can get that kind of discoloration as we carve into our texture. Yeah, well, you should get a notification. Absolutely, you should. Yeah, it's all sorts of weird. Just look, I remember this whole thing with this whole thing happened with YouTube back when Google bought them. So this isn't new. This is just new for Twitch. Okay, so we're going to add some of these. We're going to make a few more alphas. You never just want to use one alpha for your detailing, but you do want to use a few of them to get the sense that there's more happening than just the one scratch. So we'll put a few of these out, and then we're going to go ahead and make a couple more too. Also, we're not saying don't stream on Twitch, just be mindful. Exactly. Yeah. Should have gotten a Lambo too, but I'm still waiting. What's I'm making? Flapjack, I am making. Here, let's go ahead and turn it all on. We have an evil snowman ready to battle a gingerbread. And he's clearly destroyed a few more gingerbread guys. Right now we're texturing, getting this ready for 3D prints. I'm going to be releasing this for free download for about a week. For those who want it, everybody who's in my Discord will automatically get it for free. And then I think I'll release it for maybe $1 or $2 for support after the first initial release. Hello, hello. Hey, Flapjack Sauce. Thank you for the follow, buddy. So yeah, we're just texturing right now. Really just trying to get the flamethrower looking pretty good. So we're building alphas by hand to help the texture process so that we can make our piece just a little bit more believable. Everybody's doing well. Hello, Kinar. Hello, hello. Glad to see you here as always. How's work? Okay. So we got a couple little spots for textures here. Go ahead and kind of lightly smoothing down some of the areas that are like a little broken. It's really good. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Try my best. You know, busy, but also not busy. Figured that one out. Oh yeah, I've been there before. Oh, yes. I love it when things are super busy, but yet, you know, then they're not. I get it. Okay. That texture's not going to work. We're going to try to use a couple of our own, like, Zbrush's basic texture, but I have a feeling, you know what, forget it. Let's go get another metal texture. I don't like any of those. So we're going to go back to our pixels. We're going to look at some more metal textures. And we're going to turn these into alphas so we can utilize them. Just type in metal texture, works pretty good. So we downloaded this one. This one might be pretty good. Ooh, this one right here, maybe. Oh, that's iStock. Never mind. Gotta be careful with stuff like that. Load more. Ooh, this kind of paint one is pretty cool. We can also go to Google. No. Google. I can't type today, guys. Let's just type in metal texture. See if we get a couple extra like stuff we can use. Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking actually a rough texture. Something that has like a little bit of a pattern to it almost would be kind of cool. Something that makes sense. Like, let's look at, let's go to, look up, like, 4-2 flamethrowers. Let's see, like, let's get some reference on what that looks like, what kind of textures would be on the flamethrower itself. So kind of grungy, but kind of a yeah, we got the matte green color going on. Okay, so kind of like splotchy, rough patches. It's kind of what I figured. So actually, what's something a little bit more patchy? Be something like this. Yeah, that would look out pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and save that image. Go back into Photoshop. And let's make our texture. And since we already have this texture kind of pre-built like this, hide this one. Switching too many things. We're gonna grab this 10 texture that we have here, kind of scale that up a little bit. We'll move it to like that patchy side right there. And then we'll go ahead and we'll save this one as like not metal grunge, but we'll call this one like metal 10. And we'll use this now for our alpha. Go to alpha, import, and then we're going to go ahead to metal 10 texture. And now let's give it a test. Go to drag. Yeah. So now with the combination, so really get that kind of rough, get that subtle rough with the other texture, and now we have this kind of like really splotchy rough one. And we can even cut that in and invert it a little bit. And just weather this up a bit. And let's go ahead and... there we go. And we'll switch between the two. So we have this one, and then we have the metal. Grunge. Kind of turn around and complement it a bit. And then to kind of like blend the two together, we'll just go to our spray, and we're going to use kind of a alpha 8 maybe. And just bubble it up in a little bit. There we go. There. It works out pretty well. We'll start painting this here in a second. Kind of ding it up a little bit. Been through some shit, you know? There we go. That little bit of subtlety. Now let's change the color. So the color itself is a little just blasé. We're going to go ahead to poly paint. We're going to go to adjust colors. We'll frame this. Then we're going to start playing with the RGB a little bit. So first we'll play with the contrast. I think we'll make that pop. And then the green intensity, we're actually going to dial that down. Same with the red intensity. The gamma will drop it down a little bit. Get something like that. Okay. It gives us a little bit more age to it. Now let's finish painting it. So we'll take a super dark color. Start adding in some color to the knobs and stuff. But we're not going to go true black, like kind of just like a dark gray. And we're going to up preserve edge so that I can paint a little bit more freely, get like a masking effect happening. That way I don't have to worry about being perfect. So again, guys, we're going to be doing just a 3-hour stream today and then a 6-hour stream tomorrow. That will be how the normal schedule will be each time. So hopefully you guys like those type of hours. I'm enjoying them, actually. At first I wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy heavy hours, but to be honest, I'm really loving it. Kind of neat. Just helping me build my stuff a little bit more. Stream daily. I stream. In fact, real quick, see if this works. Pretty sure this is the right code for that. I stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday is from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then I stream on Thursday from 9 to noon Pacific Standard Time. So, almost daily. Oh, perfect. That did work. Yay. Martin, thank you, buddy. Oh, cool. Gotta head to work, but I'll be back. Check progress. Sadly, work is calling. Yeah, no worries, man. Thank you for stopping by. And thank you for the follow. Enjoy your day at work. Hopefully, try to. I know that could be hard. Martin, buddy, how are you doing, by the way, man? How goes it? Thanks, man. Good work, by the way. Thank you so much, dude. I super appreciate it. Hey, what is up, Super Joint? How you doing? I'm doing well, man. I am doing well. How are you? Just painting up some gas tanks for this flamethrower. And then we're going to get ready to make this piece for 3D printing. to release. Do I know Alfredo? I can't even speak Alvaro. I don't know if I'm bad with names, to be honest with you. It's possible. Doesn't ring a bell. I'm fine too, just painting a project. Nice, nice. Hey, compa. Not good. I'm frustrated with my current environment. Just looks ugly and I'm thinking to throw it away or just fight it and continue with the hope that I can get it better. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Martin, I'm really sorry to hear that. What parts about it are you just not liking about it? From what I've seen, from what you posted in Discord, if that's the one you're talking about, I think that one's looking really, really good. But I've been there, man. Dude, you guys watched me get super frustrated with Vegeta and the posing. Posted him like 6 times before I found anything I liked. Realism as always, yeah. Yeah, I feel like some projects that you think are going to be simple or a little bit... No, I wouldn't say simple. Let me rephrase that. That I think that's like, you know, you're doing your thing and you're enjoying it. I feel like the projects we don't feel are going to give us the most problems end up giving us the most problems. So, but I've always found that pushing through, trying your best, taking a step back, that's the best thing to do. But I've been there too, man. I'd say if you're really frustrated with it, it might be best just to take a day or 2 away from it if you can. I don't know if it's a paid gig or not. If it's a paid gig, kind of just like try to push through. And my partner is really into realism. I prefer stylized. Yeah, you guys know, I dabble in a little bit of both. I love and appreciate stylized, but the more I get into texturing and wanting to make things a little bit more hyper-realistic, that's really where I'm finding myself getting into that niche. Wait, what are we talking about? Martin said he was having troubles a little bit with his current project. No whoops, you're fine. You're totally fine. Okay. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. Ulysses AP, is that how you say it? Might have said that right the first time. I'm very bad at saying names right the first time. How are you doing? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull this red from his scarf. A darker one, just a little bit. I realize I kind of have to like darken up that, but we're gonna come back in here and give this a little bit of red knobs. Okay, added the YouTube safe mode, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's all you can do, man. Hopefully that works out for you. Damn copyright strikes and DMZA crap. Man, I voted against that movement so hard when it first was being introduced. But it is what it is now. There we go. Look at that. Getting some color on there. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna do just kind of, I think we need to fill this. It's gonna be hidden, so giving it a dark color, I think we'll give it a little bit of AO, or at least some fake AO. Backside, when it's pressed against him. So we know it won't be super visible. Just give that, I think I'll give that illusion a little bit of a canister attachment. Doesn't have to be, just has to be believable. That's the vibe we're going for. A good enough vibe. Okay, we're also gonna grab a kind of a silver color for these little brackets right here. And this is going to be so small, so with the paint job the way it is, you don't have to get super perfect. We just want it to look pretty decent, clean. But get it as close as we can. Might even paint those bolts a little bit. See. This reminds me of the tank you made for the Among Us, dude. Yeah, right? It really does. Oh. You know, that's a project I actually want to revisit. I feel like I rushed that project because it was the 3-hour quick sculpt. I kind of want to revisit that project. So many people love Among Us right now, too, so I feel like that would be a fun little take. Should have reused it. Damn it, Ed. No, I can do better, Kinar. I can do better than this. I know I can. This is my best tank. Well, it's an exercise, right? Exactly, yeah, it was just an exercise. That's the thing, yeah, I was practicing for the sculpt off. So many things I factored in on that sculpting was literally probably the easiest part about the whole thing. Whereas, like, really needed to focus on time management and processes and all sorts of fun stuff, so. Yeah, see, I already think that looks pretty cool. Get all these base colors down, and then we're going to end up doing the shading. Guys, wasn't the tank for the Among Us square? I think I made a square tank. Is that what happened? This is like World War II inspired. It's inspired. Inspired 3D, how did you come up with that name? Is that actually like, is that a thought process? Because I'm making puns about your name, because I love it. Well, no idea. Me neither. I'll have to look back at that project. Somebody, look at that project. I just had fun with it. That's really all you should do, right? We should just have fun with our stuff. Brainstormed with a friend? Nice! That's clever. I've never brainstormed a name with a friend, really. Like, well, that's not true. I guess when I did a Uniting Force gaming channel like 8-10 years ago, me and my buddy, we did brainstorm the name. We kind of talked about it, but it was more like, hey, I have this name. He's like, well, I have this name. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I think that was the gist of it. Wasn't any more complicated than that. I had to change my old name, which was, or is, my gamer name. Yeah, me too, actually. My gamer tag for the last ever, like the last forever, has been Kaynus. Kaynus. I even held a YouTube channel under that name. It was actually a pretty popular name in the Call of Duty community for a while, like back in like 2008 to 2012. It was fun. I enjoyed it, but then I found art. Been here ever since. Anus. Yeah, Keenar, you are like the 1 millionth person to make that joke. That's what you win! 1 million! Yeah, I got that a lot, actually. Believe it or not, that was a good icebreaker. Fish tacos is my favorite name. And you want to know how I came up with the K in this name? So, I came up with the K in this name back in high school. So, 1998. I was really into this little game called Final Fantasy II on the Super Nintendo. And just in love with it, right? And I really love the character Kane from that game. One of my favorite, actually. So long story short, back when I was trying to create my first email, back when Google cared, Google used to be able to say recommend a name, not like the kind of names it does now where you type in, Joe Smith and it's like Joe Smith 10685. None of that stuff. Like this actually was like suggest a name and it would actually generate a name because there wasn't a whole lot of email users at the time. So I typed in based on my recommendations. I liked Kane. It was already taken. So then it actually generated Kaynus, Kaynus. Boom. It just inherited it, like it just popped that up, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I like it. I didn't think anything of it. So I had it ever since. That was literally it. And it stuck with me. So 98 to now, so 22 years. Wait, what interface are you using? What interface am I using right now? What do you mean, what interface am I using? This is Zbrush with OBS stream elements. OBS elements. Oh, by the way, my base... Oh, for the chat. Yeah, so it's with Streamlabs. I mean, sorry, blah. It's with Restream, and it has like a Fortnite feel to it. I thought it was kind of cool. It's legible. That's why I liked it. And it kind of matches the purple scheme a little bit of what's going on. You like it? Yay, cool. Guys, the base for the Vegeta just finished. 1 day, 13 hours, 26 minutes. You kids these days in your Fortnite. You gotta connect with the people, Keenar. You gotta connect with them. You just never know. All right, look at that! Look at that tank. I think that tank looks awesome. That looks awesome. You guys want to see? You guys want to see the base? What it looks like with supports and stuff on it? Because Kura Ultimaker uses tree supports now. All right, gonna go to full camera mode. Oh, hello. Hold on. This is just the base for Vegeta. Fresh off the press. Still a little warm. Got all these tree supports. Look at that. How sick this is. Hard to tell, but even the texture of the boots really came out well in FDM. Yeah, that looks super clean. Trying to get it so it's focused a little bit. Yeah, this looks cool. So this was just the base. And then we're gonna have to resin print the rest of his body. So now that the base looks good, I'm gonna make sure it works before I start doing all the other stuff. I have 2 of these that I'm making. So this is 1. So another day, 13 hours, 26 minutes worth of printing for the second. Right. So there it is. That was cool. Yeah, that's fun. I can't wait to take the supports off. That's going to be so satisfactory. Those tree supports are really, really awesome. And I can't wait for that. So it's going to be good. All right. Battle is ready to begin, guys. That was like perfect timing. Here we go. Let's do it. Dream Rider! Let's go get these presents in the tree! Hey, J. Crew. If I didn't say hi before, hello. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Pixel Punisher, look at that. Kit Kat going in with 14 kills. Ooh, Pixel Punisher, 16 kills, 17 kills. Holy crap. $18 kills, wow. TWC with like 21 assists here. Like it was just like down there. Look at that. We did it! We always do it. Somehow I have 5 kills with 1 unit. What? Yeah, Kianar, you're stepping up. You're stepping up. Alright. Peter and Kit Kat. Look at you guys. Back to the map. Yeah, when I don't try, I get kills. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay, we're going to come down to the mystery one, and then we're going to go up to this 4, and then there's another mystery. And so I think this is a clear, fun path. We could branch up here, but I think it'd be cool to get this treasure. I think that'd be fun. So let's do that. Yeah, not trying is half the battle. I feel like we're doing a Christmas thing all of a sudden. I mean, thanks, Halloween thing. Wow, Christmas thing. All right, I'm going to drop my tank here and stop speaking. All right. Okay, back to some texturing. I'm really excited about that print. That looks so good. Okay. So before we get into too much texturing, what we're going to do is we're going to solo this guy out. And I think we're going to go ahead and mask by cavity. Nope, that's actually not going to work at all. Okay. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and select this guy, mask it out. Let's see, if I invert... Yeah, we kind of need like a grayer tone. Put it more on like the blue side of things. Like that. Actually just... that work? No, I don't like it. Can actually pile that blue tone slightly darker on top. Lightly on top of this. I think that might be pretty cool. We'll do it sparingly. That a little bit. Yeah, something like that. Ain't that it? Auto groups that. And yes. I'm talking about. Auto group function. So nice. So I had this meeting yesterday where we all, 7 of us, decided we were going to use the community iPad to conduct Zoom interviews for a new teaching librarian. I tried to find it this morning. No one knows where it is. Not even the head librarian. Everyone is nonchalant about it. What the hell? What's wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Well, that's frustrating. I'm sorry to hear that. Ugh. So annoying. I was told I can use my phone instead. Yeah, because that solved the problem. Clearly that solved the problem. Ugh, that's tough. I'm sorry. Can sometimes. Yeah, I get it. That was comfortable. No, absolutely. Yeah, that's frustrating. It's always frustrating when jobs don't provide the things that you need, or they just don't care to. Dial this back a little bit with the color. Go. That. Hoping we can add kind of like a gunmetal look to this overall. That's the idea. Yeah, I like watching hard surface sculpts better. Do you? That's cool. Yeah, I want to get into it more anyway. I have a couple like mech projects I want to do. Was actually wondering what you guys thought about hard surface, if you're interested in it. So it is more more technical, that's for sure. But since I want to get into the more technical sculpts anyway, it makes more sense. Character sculpts mystify. That's fair. To be honest, they mystify me a little bit too. Sometimes I'll actually sit there and think, how the hell did I get there? Like, I love seeing the progress. I mean, you guys saw my blackout, and then you guys see how it is now. And to me, that's super crazy. Like, sometimes it's a little bit of a mystery. It's just more like a journey, I think. All right, let's turn off the... Go. No mods today. Martin's here. Martin is here. He's working on a project. Okay, so we have this guys right here, and we're gonna make these knobs like a darker color. Go kind of like a dark red. Am I missing something? No, you're fine, dude. Party was just saying, where's everybody? Do this. Let's go ahead and actually just start filling it lightly as a whole. Go. Look at that. Ah, total anarchy. I went to say hi and couldn't highlight your name. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. So we have this right here, so we're actually going to go kind of a gray tone. Something like that. Oh, hi! Gonna mask, no, we're not gonna mask cavity. We're actually gonna switch color up a little bit and kind of... Actually, it doesn't matter. There we go, that's why it doesn't matter. Fill that color there a little bit, which I have no idea like what this would even be in here. So when in doubt, make it red. Feel like that's always a good solution. No idea what this does. Make it red. Mass cavity. We'll make this have like a little red ring to it. Yeah, like that. When in doubt, make it red. Oh, Papa! I just coffee spill up on my lip. She can see everything. Let's go with let's grab this green again, but we're gonna make it kind of a darker green. We're just gonna lightly go over the handle a little bit with that darker green. Now we're just kind of layering the paint a little bit, hopefully giving it a little bit of texture now, just natural paint texture. And we'll come in with actual textures, just like build that layer up one layer at a time. This is a very vibrant green, so we're gonna actually tone it down with more of a metal black. But overall, kind of want that. Gotta match the feel of the canister without making it too abrupt. We're gonna take these spots here, like this. This one right here. And that edge right there. Now we're gonna paint. That's why I love painting in digital. Just create your own masks. That. I'm here and there. Mofafa is everywhere. That is correct. Now that we have this, we're gonna go ahead and give it some. We're gonna give it some highlights. Okay. Back. Go. Okay. And let's go back to that red color that we when in doubt. Oop, make it red. I mean, it's a flamethrower, right? I feel like red knobs are okay in the flamethrower game. And we are going to try something a little unique too. I haven't really done this, but you can, or supposedly you can, use textures for your own alpha textures, I should say, when you are when you're doing like a surface noise. I want that. So we're gonna actually apply some of that here in a second. See if we can actually just uniformly create some decent geometry. All right. Kind of looking to make sure there's nothing that stands out too much. There we go. I think that's looking pretty good. Go ahead and save it. I don't think we've saved in a while. Man, it's already 10 o'clock. It happens so fast. All right. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and I want to bring the gun portion down. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it. We're going to hide this. What we're going to do is come up. It's 2 million for the... it's 2 million for the total points. So let's just keep it at about 1.5 million. We'll actually merge it all together and then apply the texture. And that actually looks really good. Doesn't look like anything really broke. Actually, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. So, let's go to surface, go to noise. And we're going to turn the alpha on, and we're going to use old gray 10, or the metal 10 that we did. Recenter that. Only thing I don't like about this noisemaker is you can't really position this. I'm going to take the color down to 0. And we're going to just overall apply our texture. The whole. Something like that. Now this is a bit extreme the way it is, but if we go ahead and apply the mesh, it probably... that's actually a bit much. Okay, let's back it up. Let's edit. Take the strength down. Like by half. There we go. And we'll apply it. There it is. Now we applied our own metal texture, grungy texture to this gun. You can mask by cavity now. Invert that. The masking. Take a darker color. And we can just kind of pepper on some of that darker tone throughout it. Yep. Now we'll come to our tank here. So the tank, we're going to do the same thing, mask by cavity, invert that. I'm going to bring up some of the textures that we did. That. Noise. Add our own little alpha. This time we're going to use the metal grunge, not the metal 10. Drop that color. Go. Apply an overall grunge to it. Apply mesh. Mask by cavity. Kind of pepper in that detail now. There we go. There we go. Feel like those two are pretty close to matching. Now on this gun side, we can give it some highlights. Because it's just a little too flat right now. We need it to pop a bit. and we're not relying on material. So let's go to geometry, let's go to clay polish. And if we just go ahead and polish it as is, it's not really going to do what we want. So let's increase the maxness, sharpness. Wrong way. See what that does. Okay, let's get that white. Give it some highlights. Let's go to masking and let's view mask. Now we're just gonna paint some of these highlights to this gun. Some areas where it should be weathered or touched and have to be consistent at this point. Let's turn back face on just so we don't paint anything we don't want. How's the stream going so far, guys? I just got an error on my OBS. Is it acting up a little bit for you? There we go. Seems fine. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I just got a quick little drop, so making sure. Yeah, seems okay. All right, cool. Nice, nice. There we go. Okay, we'll do the same thing here. Yeah, you cut in and out for me, but I think it's my internet. Oh, okay. It's hard to tell sometimes. All right. Kind of hit the edges real quick. I think we're also going to add like a little bit of rust color in some spots. Yeah, seems okay. Okay, cool. All right. Let's add some rust color to this. Let's get like a putrid brown, or like more towards a yellow. There we go. Let's try that. So now we're just gonna end up painting at this point. Yeah, seems great. All good on this side. Nice, nice. All right, cool. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add like some splotchy, rusty. We're gonna depend on the color spray. And we're also going to depend on an alpha that kind of smudges. And want something that has a little bit of texture to it, like that one. I'm going to go ahead and increase the intensity And we're just going to kind of build up with some oranges and a little bit of yellow. Maybe some red. So hopefully the idea here is that it will look a little bit rusted out. And we're not going to go extreme with it. We're just going to kind of do a few spots. Probably finish it with a little bit of red. Increase the RGB intensity. Say no, let's increase the size of my brush. Go. Very subtle. So I was thinking about it, and I think I'll put the environment back and start with something other. As soon as I start working on that environment, my whole soul just died. And I just think that's not the point of creating good art. Hey, absolutely. Yeah, if you can put it down, put it down. I think that's a great idea. And I you know, I get it, man. I totally get it. There's a fine line between it killing your spirit and, you know, needing to finish something because of, you know, whatever reason. Like, yeah, I get it, man. Especially if it's a personal project, absolutely. There's a few personal projects that I just haven't started yet because I'm too nervous to start them. I don't think I'm ready for them yet, you know. But there's a couple jobs that have come up that, you know, I might be able to take, and if that happens, like some freelance commissions, I'm really excited about them, and I know they'll be challenging, but in the best way. So, you know, different approach, I think, but I think it's a good idea, man. There we go. Okay, so we went a little much with this one here, so we'll dial that back down with a darker green, and then build that back up. That. Honestly, I think that's probably the best approach right there. Very subtle. And we'll do the same thing. We'll add a little bit of brown and stuff here, and then we'll make this hose. This hose needs to be a little bit better. And then we just need to finish like some minor stuff. Like, we haven't really sorted out his eyes yet. They kind of get lost, so maybe we'll go like a darker color. You have come up with a take a break when we talked about that a bit earlier, and you were completely right, so thanks for that. Seriously, no problem, dude. Absolutely, man. Take a break. Every time somebody says take a break, I think of Hamilton. That's an amazing musical. Martin, do yourself a favor. Look up that song from Hamilton if you haven't heard of Hamilton. It's an amazing song. But every time somebody says take a break, I'm like, yes, take a break. It's a powerful song. Okay. Oh man, this guy looks so badass, guys. Yeah, I'm so happy with it. You know that moment when you're just like really happy with a certain progress or a certain thing that you've done? Yeah. Run away with us for the summer. Let's go upstate. Go upstate. I wouldn't even attempt to sing that song. Like, I'm not a great singer. Oh, it's so good. So good. Oh my gosh. I grabbed the paintbrush, Ian. Okay. This has to be a portfolio piece. This looks sick. Thanks, man. Really, yeah, I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to put it up there. It's one of my IPs, A, or at least one of my ideas. And then B, yeah, I'm really just spending that time pushing it, texturing it. Now, see, too, this is also why, like, I get the question sometimes, why do I texture in Substance like the way you're watching me texture now? And that's because that's just what I'm used to. But yeah, I love texturing like this. It's so cathartic, guys. It's like, can't even tell you how cathartic this is. Gotta do it for the 4th so we can get the firework drill out. Yeah, well, let's get COVID handled. Besides of that, everybody loves Christmas art. Everybody does love Christmas art. Absolutely. One day I will get you to sing, mark my words, sir. Yep, yep. Yep, one day. I mean, seriously, though. Not a talented singer. Hey! Stream Raiders is ready! Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Cool, yes. Alright, 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 alright. Okay, we're gonna have to do that hose texturing next because, wow, that just stands way out in the most negative way, doesn't it? Let's save it. Battle now. Let's do it. Okay. You convinced me, Martin. Let's first just kind of pose our gingerbread man. Alright. Dream Raiders! Oh, guys. Okay, I'll tell you after the battle. What? Yeah, ice cream. We did it, we did it, we did it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woohoo! Yes. Alright, alright. And we'll see Kit Kat, Keenar, and Peter. You guys are rocking it. Okay, here we go. The number 4, and then I'll tell you the thought that I was thinking of the thoughts that I thought. Yes, Carde. Yes, they did. All right. Okay, guys. There's a website. You all know about it, I'm sure. It's called frankerface.com. Here is my plan. I want everybody to be able to have blah, 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 blah. Okay, welcome to the YouTube channel. I would like everybody to have access to my emotes as much as possible, even though I pulled out of the affiliate program. So, my plan is to upload the emotes that you guys are currently using if you're still subscribed in the time that you have. And that way you can use them on Frankerface. So it's an add-on, it's free, should be able to utilize it once I upload it. I want you all to be able to have the emotes because I love those interactions. Just like that. Thank you, Martin. And so, I'm going to be announcing in Discord when I upload those emotes officially so that everybody can play with them. Everybody can have them. I think Cardi is going to be the only one who has actual access to it for like the next 6 months because before all this, she's subscribed for like the next 6 months. So she'll be like the only one who can legitimately use it on Twitch, but everybody else will have it on Frankerface. So keep out on the Discord for that. If you're not a part of the Discord and you want to be a part of just a fun community of good people and good artists, and you're not already, go ahead and join the Discord. Not like a fool. So, but I'm going to be doing that, and I'll announce when they get uploaded and when they should be available on Frankerface, and then you guys can use them as much as you would like. And so I have Frankerface installed on my Twitch side. I don't know if that works on YouTube, so if you're watching on YouTube, not quite sure how that works, but it is super fun, and I want you guys to be able to do it. So yes, that will be happening. Okay. You'll love it? Yay! Okay. Let's do it. Let's get into the... Okay. Let's stay focused today. This is where you guys watch me get super distracted. Stay focused. Okay. We need to make this look like tube. Like an actual tube that would actually hold fuel for said flamethrower. So first we're going to play with some texture. So let's actually go to geometry. Let's subdivide it a couple times, taking it to at least 1,000,000. And we're going to go ahead and I think what I want to do is let's turn over to our paint. Let's pull a base kind of light gray color on more of the blue side, bluish gray. Fill that a couple times very lightly, back mainly here, like such. And we're going to go to noise, cancel. We're going to go with UVs because it has natural UVs in for the curve. And then we're going to go to noise plugin, and fuel pipes or tubes are actually weaved material. So we're going to do that. Zoom in a little bit more so we could see. Hopefully you guys can't see it, so the chat. This is the hard part. And it won't let me freaking move it. Oh, hate that. Okay, well, I'll just explain what I'm doing. So with the weave material, I'm just basically trying to apply the scale in the plugin. Cancel. Maybe that won't work. Should work. Maybe I put wood. Let's try weave. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's better. Actually, I kind of like that color, that coloration. Let's do UV. Okay, UV isn't working. Interesting. Well, fine. I want to do that anyway. Let's go plug in. Let's get it a little bit bigger. Let's get the right angle going. I know this is hard to see, but I'm just adjusting these sliders. Don't know why the UV side isn't working. That's ridiculous. Okay, you know what? Cancel that. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm still amazed how Nexnox textured the skull. I wish I could texture like that. Yeah, the 3D printed skull one he did. I would love to see how he textured that too. Okay. So let's hit morph UV for a second. That's why the UVs are stupid. Okay. Hey, where did it go? Okay. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of apply our own texture. So we're going to go to the internet of places. See, here's the Frankerface. So we're going to go pipe texture. Like, yeah, let's go pipe the texture. Let's see if we can find something that we want to use. Ooh, actually, yes. Braided metal hose material. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I like that. Oh, I want that. I like that one too. Nice. Okay, I think we can use this one. Now this is already, this looks and appears to be already seamless, which is nice. Getting a headache with all this DMCA. I'm not surprised, man. Light texture. Okay. Now let's go into Photoshop. Photoshoppy. Do I still have you? I do. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and actually that. We're just gonna disable that layer mask. Delete that one. We're gonna go to our folder that we had that. We're gonna take our pipe texture. We're gonna put that in there. And what happened to Twitch? Back then, full freedom, and now, yeah. No, now people want to make money, and if you want to make money, you... I don't know, man. I don't have an answer for you. I wish I did. Okay, so we have this. We're gonna go ahead and call this metal pipe seamless. This looks seamless, so I think we can call that what that is. Minimize that. Go to noisemaker. We can apply an alpha metal pipe seamless. There it is. Look at that. Oh, look at that. That's already freaking beautiful, just the way it is. Go ahead and dial that color down. Now we're going to increase our strength the proper way. We're really just looking for subtle texture. Noise scale. Maybe the size of it a little bit. Something like that. Hit OK. Look at that. We get a little bit of stretching and stuff, but we can go ahead and apply to mesh and back it out. I think that actually might be okay. No, it's almost poo now. Happens with most services, I guess, but Facebook was once fun. Yeah, you know, I took your advice and turned on save. You said you haven't been muted, right? I have not been muted since I've turned that on. I've been using Pretzel Rock now for about 3 months, and it is, with YouTube safe mode on, it has not caused any issues. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, we have that. No problem. Okay. I don't mind that, actually. That looks pretty good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of give it... The color is still off with it. So we're going to go with this rusty color here. And we're going to just kind of... tone that in a little bit. But actually what we should do is mask off certain areas. I want this to have some sort of believability. That's super important. So, like that. Even flip. Go a little darker. Let's hide that mask. Yeah, I'm wondering what's the difference between an art director and a creative director. That's a good question. My experience based on the film industry and the way we classify it as an art director versus a creative director. An art director was somebody who overseed all art as a whole. So mostly the drawing, and like when I did miniatures for the film industry, they oversaw the concept art, the design of the characters, and then they also saw the sculpting process and kind of just directed how the art should go. Creative director is more somebody who oversees the entire creative process, so that goes beyond the artistry itself. That should be an overwhelming job, actually. of the entire creative process, which could, I assume, be more open. We never had a creative director in the studio I was working at, but there are creative directors all the time on sets. So yeah, I guess it just depends on the company and how they want to be that. But art director would be specifically for art as a whole, which usually means that they'd be the manager of that department. Hopefully that's my understanding of it. I know usually director positions, a lot of times, I mean, they will hire people from outside depending on your experience, but I know a lot of studios that hire directly within because it's just easier to have like-minded people come in and do what you're trying to do. But if you get an actual description, I'd be curious to see how people are classifying that. I've always wanted to know the difference between a UI artist and a UX artist. I think that's the proper term of it. I know there's a difference. I don't know how much of a difference it is. So there we go. That darkness a little bit. I believe in a thing called love. It's really it really like pushes it just a bit. It's not distracting. It's not super bright anymore. UI is the interface itself. Okay, that makes sense. Well, what would the UX be then? I know they're two different entities. I only know this because I saw a YouTube video. It popped. What's the difference between a UI and a UX? And I didn't understand it. I think the UI artist creates the visual look of the UI, and the UX creates the functions. But I find that some studios post jobs publicly because they have to, but they are really just planning to hire within. Yes, Mofafa, I've experienced that too many times. User experience, okay, versus user interface. Thank you. Yes, that makes sense. Yes, okay. UX designer has to also think about the whole experience, not just the interface. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, great. Thank you, guys. Thank you for that. That makes a whole lot more sense. UI UX developer. Thank you. Yeah. Well, you can call anything an artist. You know, in my old shop, we used to call people who you guys are gonna laugh at this. People who would actually like take vinyl labels off of the prints and apply them to cans. They call them a vinyl artist. It's a really interesting job title. I guess it's just studio based too on some job titles. Alright. Let's play with the eyes. We're gonna go here to the eyes. Okay. Who's a fan of the X-Files? I am. I grew up on that show. And I bring it up because Hardy had this amazing idea with really dark eyes. And so, did some research. I'm really excited about this one. Our UX designer gets to think about things as out there as the shape of the dispenser spits out your cola can in the vending machine. Wow. Holy shit. So, that's impressive. Okay. User experience designer? That sounds very complicated. I am not that technical. I would never do something like that. But that's okay. Black oil! Yes, alright. So, guys, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make some bitchin' eyes with this guy. We're going to paint him by hand. So we're going to first start with some kind of grayish tone. And what we're going to do, I like this yellow base color. I think this is a really attractive color. You don't want anything too white. I think we're gonna play with some black. Kind of shape these eyes the way we want them. We're gonna start in the corners and then kind of work our way in. And I'm working with a bold, big brush here. And I'm not a technical guy. Also, Ian does 3D printing. Well, you know what I mean. Like, there's that technicality. Okay, fair enough. All right, never mind. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Fair enough, Martin. There's just certain things don't click. I'm trying to be more technical, but I don't know. I'm more of the. It's like I explained to Nexnox one time. Like, Nexnox is like a technical artist who like says, okay, this is a cylinder, and so we're going to manipulate it by its points and vertices and edges, and it's going to be there, and then he's going to make that shape, and he'll technically create this beautiful cup. Me, I'm like, give me clay, smash it, you got a cup. Like, I just do the brute force method. Yeah, I'm not technically innovative. That's a great way to put it, Carde. Everybody's capable of technicalities or technical workflows. Yeah, that's kind of how I don't do the mathematical approach to art. So I don't understand certain things, but I'm always impressed with those who can understand the process of like what they need to do. Yeah, it's impressive to me. You have a way with words. Yes, you do. You know, what's funny though, Martin, is I only feel like I can 3D print because of my massive experience in manufacturing. I did aerospace manufacturing before I decided that was a pile of crap. And I just can't do it anymore. Okay. I'm already liking this is coming out. Go. No, you're just a genius. Yeah, secretly I'm a genius. Oh man. You know, like there's like savants. I've always been intrigued by some people who just get certain things like that. All right. We're just gonna kind of shape this into an eye. Time is it now? It's 10:45. Yeah, we're pretty much done with the sculpt itself. I make this printable. And then tomorrow. Okay. Would you guys like to see art surface tomorrow? Or would you guys like to see another character? I have a hard surface project I've been meaning to start. So if you guys are interested in seeing some hard surface done, let me know and I'll start that block out tomorrow. And yeah, we'll get right into that. Hard surface for the win. Hard surface, perfect. What are the projects themselves? So for the most part, like most of my projects, I kind of wing it a little bit. I have some character projects I want to do. Like most of them are fan art right now. Like I want to do Ganon, and I want to do a Demon Slayer, and I want to do a My Hero Academia project. A lot of that stuff is just, most of my projects are just fun, but I want to get into more hard surface, and so there's a I think it's Metal Slugs. There's a certain mech in there that really I wanted to build, so I thought that'd be kind of cool. Or we could do a Star Wars mech. Maybe we could do like a Star Wars, like we could build R2-D2. At least then I know exactly what he looks like. Stuff like that. So most of my projects are all just personal fun stuff. I do take recommendations too. If you have like an idea of like, oh, I want to see like, could I sculpt XYZ? You know, I take a look at it, and if I think it's possible and fun, yeah. Go obscure, huh? That's why I thought Metal Slug was pretty obscure. Like goes back to the, when was that game developed? Late 90s? I feel like it's old. Star Wars is too easy. Yeah, Star Wars is too easy. That is fair. It's also very popular. Okay. Yeah, I feel like everybody's kind of done a Star Wars thing. Okay. Now we're going to do something a little fun with his eyes. We're going to go... I'm going to try an ice blue. Kind of gradient. I have to dial this back a little bit. But I want to see what this looks like from afar. 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 Star Wars is really easy. I could model an R2-D2 with my feet. Martin, you gotta stream that, my friend. I would love to see that. Please model an R2-D2 with your feet. Remember, I'm dabbling in hard surface, so you might see a little bit of fumbling. But yeah. I know there was a build a while ago where everybody was like building their own lightsabers and shit like that. I always thought that was kind of cool too. Okay, but we'll do something that's scary. If you guys have any suggestions, and remind you, again, we're going to be doing it in Zbrush, and we're going to be... I'm learning hard surface at the moment, but I love sharing my process with you guys. So... nothing too crazy. I'm not going to be doing the movie version of Optimus Prime yet. One day. We'll get there. Oh. Let's have you make a model of Martin using his feet for to model R2. Yeah, right? And the market is saturated because of the Mandalorian. Absolutely, yeah. Let's have you make a model. Use his feet. You guys are awesome. Okay. Guys. Let's see here. Real quick. Guys, I think this might be it. Yeah, I think this might be it. Looking at everything. Let's look at this guy's eyes real quick. Let's zoom in here. Maybe give him like a little bit of orange. smooth that color around. Here we go. Let's come here real quick to this guy. We need to kind of up the his eyelid real quick. Needs to wrap a little bit better. Pardon me. Okay, let's go ahead and hide the snowman. He's in the way. Standard. Let's take a color that's a little darker like this. Do more of this blend. There. Dial that in. Turn RGB on. Just add a couple details to his face that really just make it pop. He's not fucking around. Yeah, this bad boy's not messing. Alright, let's save it. We got 1.5 minutes. Have I ever watched Braven? No, I've watched Brave. I don't think I've seen a movie called Braven or a show called Braven. No, doesn't sound familiar. Do tell what it is about. Okay. At this point now, I'm pretty sure this is pretty much done. What do you guys think of those eyes? What say you? I say we need to do a badass render. Show you guys how I do poly paint the blender since they broke it. So I'm thinking what we'll do, cutting for 3D print or render. It's up to you guys. Either way, it's both going to get done today, but I figure render might be a little bit more fun. We could do it a little faster. 3D print cutting usually takes more time than just an hour, and that's all we got left for today. So I'm thinking maybe we could just do a render, and then I'll cut it and get it available and announce it on Discord and, of course, Instagram. Also, too, I found this new this new app. Vero, I think it's called. I'm gonna start posting some of my work up there because Vero is kind of like Instagram, but it's a little bit better, kind of nice. So I'll be posting my stuff there too, and I'll post the links to the socials on that. It's about a guy which goes to his father to a hunting lodge, hanging out until they find drugs in the hunting lodge. They need to fight against the drug dealers which came to pick it up. Damn. That sounds brutally awesome. Okay. Movie suggested, taken. I'm going to write that down. That sounds like it could be epic in every single way. Add it to... Raven. Loop. It is. Nice. Noted. Thank you, sir. I love stuff like that. Alright. So, let's get into stream renders. And then render. I think that's what we're going to do. What do you guys think? I think that's the best approach. We can get a render done in an hour. Alright, here we go. Start battle. It's just waltzing on over. it's like really dragging. Like, yeah, we're gonna walk over here now. Let's do it. Come on, come on. These dinos are slow as shit. Wow, we've like lost so many enemies with these 2 dinos. We could do this. Come on, guys. Little Archer back there. Oh my gosh, we might lose. Guys! No, Archer, run! No, come on! What just happened? What the hell just happened? You guys want to retry on that? Happened. No. We're gonna retry. All right, we're gonna retry. I think we can do this. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna upgrade my warrior. Upgrade my flying rogue. Unlock a war beast. Unlock a monk. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna put my tank down. All right. So we'll do. Go back to campaign. Keep playing. Pick this guy. Start battle. We can do this. That was hilarious idea with the Minecraft screen. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna put my tank down. Alright. We can do this, guys. I believe in us. We're not giving out without a fight. Okay. I say let's do a render. I think it'll be good. We can prep for a render. But first off, I did see a little bit of an error. Right here, the gumdrop. There's a gumdrop right here that we kind of need to up the resolution a little bit. Ooh, that was too much. And we need to add RGB. We need to add some of these need to add some of the sugar. You didn't add the sugar to it. So everybody drop an epic. Now we know what we're dealing with. Everybody just drop an epic and call it a day. All right, there we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I say let's do a render. So we're gonna go ahead and save this. And then we need to make this a Blender render. This is 57 million polys because of all the texturing that we're doing. We kind of needed to ramp it up. So what we need to do now is actually go through and take things down as they need be. Okay, so this is the base snow, which is important because this is the base. All right. Yeah. Dead gingerbread man. Perfect. All right. Let's go ahead and save it. Now what we need to do is actually just kind of set things up to render. So do this one at a time. This hat is 15 million on its own. So already what we're going to do, we're just going to choose to none of that stuff. We're going to go to our Z plugin. We're going to come over to Decimation Master, 20%. Actually, let's just kick everything. Let's kick everything at 75. It should give us enough resolution at 75,000. This might take a second. So while that happens, go ahead and close Photoshop down. This might take a bit. Didn't mean to keep that going. While that's happening, I want to take a look at the store. Need to buy some scrolls. I need to buy some scrolls for Flying Rogue, Warrior, Tank, the Monk, Varian, Paladin. I'm gonna refresh. More Paladin. Just gonna buy a bunch of scrolls. Here, perfect. I got the money. Perfect. Beautiful. Now let's go to my army and let's just upgrade crap out of these guys. Failed me. I know. God damn it. Ooh, Centurion. Let's unlock that guy. There we go. Grade my Paladin. Okay. Tanks at level 7, Warriors at 7, Paladins at 5, Flying Rogues at 4. But we'll get the stuff built up. Ranker face looks quite nice. I hope it will work. Me too. I really hope it'll work. I think it will. I think that'll work out well. Okay. So this is computing right now. Go to full camera. As we have this print while Zbrush is thinking, actually start taking off some of the support. The best camera angle for it, I'm sure, but all these tree supports. Set this down. There we go. Start taking off some of these. This is why I love the tree supports. They just kind of like pop off. Now it's FDM printing, so you definitely need to do some cleanup. Standing. Yeah. This is just the base for Vegeta. Why did you print it with FDM? I printed it with FDM because I wanted it this big, and I don't have a resin printer this big. And the rest of him could be printed in resin. Also, too, filament is kind of a use it or lose it. After a while, it will sit there and it'll get brittle, and then it'll expire, and it won't print well. But I wanted the weight, and so I think this will be heavy enough to handle the rest of the resin print. Hopefully. Look at that detail. This came out really nice. Never really cleaned anything up before on stream, but Zbrush is thinking. Popping sound is normal. Don't freak out. Not a technical guy, huh? Yeah, not a technical. Oh shit, rock just broke off. That's okay, that's what glue's for. Got a little rock that we gotta glue back on. Okay. I was actually surprised that stuck on the resin. It happens. Not a technical guy. Look at that. Peels right off. What's really cool is, like, so these rocks that I stuck into the wave, they're coming out pretty good. Gotta glue that one back on, which is good to know. Kind of figured that wasn't going to work so well. This is where it gets tricky, though, because all the support is actually scratch around to the print some of the parts. So you got to make sure that you don't just yank it. You just yank it, it's just gonna rip. You can break parts. I did a pretty heavy infill just to be on the safe side. So. Nice and steady. Oh, it looks like... Oh, my hat looks like it might be ready. Let's go back to Zbrush for a second. Okay, let's take a look at resolution. Now, if that didn't work, it also took all the color away. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. We don't want that. So we're going to go ahead and pre-process everything at, like, let's go 35%. We're going to keep and use poly paint. And then let's go ahead and just pre-process everything. Gotta be careful not to rip his boot off. Okay, hold on. Looking for my special scissors. Really need to get a second webcam working. Okay. Go back to full camera for a second. Say special scissors, but I just really mean a razor blade. So you just kind of have to like wiggle underneath the supports. Kind of slowly wiggle in between it so it breaks free. The ports just kind of touch just a little bit. I always find that you need like immense patience when you're trying to remove supports. If you just yank on it, it doesn't work. That's crazy. This took like almost a day and a half to print. So you also don't want to just yank it and break it, because then of course you're not a day and a half wasted. Surprisingly, this wasn't that much filament wasted either. Used, I mean, not wasted. Look at this. All that support. Like unwrapping a Christmas present. I think somebody said that yesterday. Give me 1 second. Scissors work too sometimes. Or I'm sure this is riveting television. Okay. gonna kind of cut underneath. Support is, luckily the support is thin, like just just literally a layer thick. So now that's all coming off. That backside here. And I want to see where the support is. Unfortunately, the stuff is auto-generated, so I'm kind of guessing where that would be without breaking the model. That wrong? Probably take the glove off at this point. This is just, what am I doing? I am removing support while we wait for Zbrush to think. Zbrush is crunching numbers at the moment. It's a very heavy file. So we kind of need to remove the support on Vita while we wait. No, it's not the best setup for it. But figure instead of just, I don't know, doing nothing, we can do this. This is the boring side of sculpting. Sorry, you were problem solving. No, 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 no. You're totally fine. What I'm doing now is just gently trying to remove some of the supports on here. I'm kind of figure out where it's all at, cut off what I don't need. So I'm blurry as shit, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. We're almost there. Got most of the support off. You can just see a little bit right here. And a little bit over here. Trying to do it without breaking any. FDM, not as strong. Well, PLA, let me repeat that. PLA FDM, not nearly as strong as, let's say, resin. You can break a model real quick. Careful. You can also fix a model real quick. I broke a rock off already, but we can fix that. Not the end of the world. Gotta be careful. And here's the rock on the floor. Get some cement glue. I'll weld right back on it. Sometimes supports just get so stuck in there. Gotta carefully wiggle it all out. You monster. Exactly, right? In the meantime, just place a couple epics so we can beat this level 4, because I know we can do it. We tackled stronger enemies. Watching me like... Pray why I wiggle support out. Yeah, I could see why people don't like printing FDM with supports, because this part's time consuming. But, you know. It's also fun. Hey, yeah! Can I ask a favor? What's the favor? Always depends on the favor, right? You help me set up my luck for Saturday. Hey, yeah, I should be able to help you out, no problem. I don't see why not. Yeah, it sounds like fun. Okay. Now I see that some of this support is actually underneath the one of the energy waves. Kind of need to like carefully cut into that. Like pull heavily on the computer looking thing. The computer looky thing. That's descriptive. Yeah, we can talk. Yeah, I have no problems helping you out, sis. If anybody's into crocheting or resin casting, that's what Kat does. Check out her stuff. I'm off at 5:30, which is 3:30 my time. Well, today or tomorrow? When do you need help? Let's reiterate that. We can do like a Zoom meeting, and you can kind of like share your screen. Today or tomorrow, I'm off at blank. Time tomorrow. Anytime before Saturday. Okay, yeah. Yes, we can definitely do that. No problem. This thing, it's still computing, Zbrush says. Moved into machines. One little support is just giving me. No. Cool between it. It is, yeah. Come on.
They will be something else. Something new.
Do it. This is how I talk to my parts. Say things like, baby, you can do it. Done with school, son? Hold on. Just want to stream just want my stream to have my look, you know. No, absolutely. Well, the thing that I did, this, and you could start doing this before we get together, is just kind of take a look at some of the streamers, you know, that you like and follow, that do the similar thing that you do with your setup. And then we can base it all around that. Like, I tried to base my stream kind of in a mix between Pixelogic and what some of the other artists have been doing that seemed to work. And kind of just make it my own at that point. So that way you'll at least have an idea. Okay, Martin, this part isn't technical, but woo! Okay, now you're just stabbing until it looks. Sculpting, buddy. I'm just sculpting. There we go. What did you just yank out? I yanked out the support. There was this wedge, so right here. It's okay, hold on. Right here, there's this energy wave that hovers. There's support right between this rock and this energy wave. Got it out. There it go. Now this is where like sandpaper and stuff's gonna come in, because you kind of see it a little bit. Hold on. So you see like right here, a little bit of support still left on. You know, we can get a little. Okay. Manually just focus this. Okay, so you can kind of see right here is a little bit of support left over that we're gonna have to sand down. This is why people kind of freak out with FDM and supports. You can kind of see right here, there's a little bit, but just look at the detail. This is 0.2 layer height, PLA. Yeah, this came out really clean. Sorry, just got my 1796 map of my home state. So I was AFK. What is this one? So this is the Vegeta base that I printed on my FDM printer. Took a day and a half. And yeah, you can still see the wrinkles on his boots. So some sanding. Still see the texture came out really well on the rocks. So, you know, with some sanding and some primer filler and some wood fill, this is going to come out really, really nice. How's the resin smell on the FDM? Well, the FDM, I print with, hold on, let's go back. Gravity Falls, it's too clear. 1 second. Can't really adjust everything. Okay, we'll probably have to fix that. Somewhere around there. Okay. Hey, not too bad. So it's not resin, it's filament, it's PLA plastic. So the smell is non-existent. You don't smell it at all. I would only recommend printing FDM style in your house if you use PLA, PLA plus. Do not print with ABS because that's toxic and gross. But with PLA, works out perfectly fine. Yeah, it came out nice. But the smell is non-existent. Actually, I would say that sometimes it smells like waffles, but it's perfectly harmless. Casey, what's going on? Looks good, man. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so I'm just trying to now plan to clean this up a little bit. Never thought about the outgassing of ABS. Yeah, ABS is gross. I only know of this because of the manufacturing experience I had in aerospace and with making water fountain features with a company called Wet Design. I think I've talked about that a few times. Worked for Alcoa for many years and then Wet Design. And we did a lot of ABS smoothing and manufacturing, and you have to be very well ventilated for that. The ABS outgassing actually can cause cancer, so be careful. It's also flammable. There's a lot wrong with ABS. That's why when people were printing ABS, in fact, most people who were printing ABS, the very first few years 3D printing became mainstream, and there was house fires. That's what they were printing with. PLA does not catch fire nearly as much. So yeah, just saying hi for a sec. Well, hello. We're taking apart supports off of the print that just was successful, and waiting for Zbrush to think as we crunch all of the subtools so that we can set a render. Which it's 11:30, so I don't really think we're gonna have time for a render. I want to print without worrying about toxins and such. Yeah, absolutely. PLA, PLA plus. You're printing with FDM. That's the way to go. PLA plus is just as strong as ABS. Hashtag fact. So you'll be fine. PLA plus is a little bit more expensive than PLA. So if you don't care, like I didn't care about the tensile strength on this piece. So it wasn't about how strong it was. It literally was just like, it's not going to move or anything. It's just going to be appreciated on a shelf. So it doesn't really need to be super strong. Whereas if you had something that is going to be used for strength, durability, or constant handling, PLA plus, and it's only like a $5 difference between the roll. So yes, Martin, not super technical. Anyway, now we're just kind of cleaning this all up. This came out really good, guys. I'm really happy. Some sanding and some primers, primer infill, sanding, wood fill. This is gonna look bitchin'. Gonna need filament-based prints always need a little bit of TLC in order to get it to look just as good as resin. That's why resin is becoming more popular, and that's why people complain that they don't want to deal with supports on FDM, but reality is that FDM can look just as good as resin after you do a lot of good post-processing work. And it's affordable. And you can cast this. You can clean this whole thing up, and then you can cast it. Well, maybe not this piece. There's a lot of cast and mold issues that would probably happen with it, but you get what I'm saying. Okay. Now, I did break a little piece off. You use acetate cleaning? No, acetate cleaning doesn't work well on PLA in my experience. It works more on ABS. If you're referring to the smoothing, right? I'm gonna try to glue this rock back. Yeah, no, it doesn't really work as well on PLA. There's PLA smoothing and stuff that you can get liquid PLA to do that. I might do that for this piece. Liquid PLA would be better for gluing and smoothing. But sanding does the same thing. But sanding takes a lot of work. PLA is a bitch to sand, but you can do it. There we go. So kind of have to smooth that down, but kind of glue that rock back on there. If it pops off again, then get some liquid PLA and call it a day. But very little stringing. Yeah, this worked out well. We'll let that sit there for a little bit. Yeah, that's a little bit of a massive print, wouldn't you say? Okay, we're gonna have to adjust that. I'll adjust that later. Let's see. Go. Oh, there we go. That's better. Yes, I should probably tape that from the lens. There we go. Hey, not too bad. All right, Dream Raiders is ready. I heard it. I heard it. You guys ready for this? I think we can do this. Okay, got some epics in here. You have an autofocus. Yes, autofocus is on there, but I don't like it because it was fluctuating too much between the toys in the background and my face, and I wasn't planning on adjusting it really ever. So I could just mark it. Okay, let's do it. Does resin outgas? Yes, it does. Resin outgasses, and it's gross as shit. I have mine outside in the garage. All right, little rogues, get in there. Do your thing. Stab it, stabby, stabby. You have 44 allies, 6 enemies. I think we can do this. Believe in us. I got all this crap here. Do it, do it, do it! Alright, come on, guys. 2 enemies left. Man, we're losing guys fast, though. But we can do this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, Peter. Yes, Peter's still alive with his epic. Archer, stay back. Like, there's no need to keep going. What are you doing back there? Go, come on, come on. Yes! Yeah! We freaking did it! Oh, you said Rogue and I heard Roach. Of course you heard Roach. That's funny. Oh. Guys! Guys! Alright! TWC Blank and Victor. Oh god, I'm not even gonna. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call you Victor. Good job. Great job. Woo. Woo. Yes. You did it. Silver badge. Yes. Alright, we used a retry token, but we did it. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Alright, we got time for one more, and then that will be it for the day. We go with a mystery. Ooh-wee. That was close. Okay. The sun isn't so bad. Hopefully, gonna bring my warrior out. Bring my warrior right here. There we go. All right, let's go back to the main scene. So that just finished. So we had plenty of time to remove supports and do that. That was pretty cool. I am trying to set up a second camera. Hopefully I'll be able to do that in the future, and then we can do like a, you know, or maybe we could just angle the main camera down. I'll set like focus points so we can do that here on the table a little bit. All right. So I did want to get a printer camera going. All right. Now we have this. All right. Now what we're going to do is it processed everything. So what we're going to do is go ahead and hit decimate all. That's going to bring everything down to its lowest level. Then we're going to go through and see which things did not need to be decimated so much and bring that back. But a lot of times this works for the most part. We did 35%. That's pretty big. But from 57 million polys, 35% of that, that's, you know. Death just placed an epic. Welcome in, Death. Welcome in. But we got 30 more minutes, so plenty of time for one more Stream Raiders. This is still thinking. Yeah, this takes a second. Gonna need to put a fresh pot of coffee on. I was going to put the resin printer in the garage, but I was about to temp out there. Okay. Actually, yeah, this is a good topic, because we're just thinking now. I have mine out in the garage. Now, I live in California, and so really what that means is that my weather's nice most of the year. I don't have to deal with snow, but I do have to deal with cold temperatures as low as 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Sometimes it gets as low as 25. Rarely does that happen. Summertime is a bitch. It gets as hot as 110 in California. It just depends on the occasion. But what I would recommend doing is the garage is the best place, and you can easily insulate your garage or insulate the surrounding area. So what I would recommend doing is you can get just the box your printer came in should be big enough with this. You can basically just cut a hole at the top and put a little filter. You know, get like go to Target and get like a filter, like a giant filter that you would get for an air conditioner. You can cut up just a section of that, put that over there so that the off gas can be filtered a little bit, and then that box just kind of put it over the printer with a way for the ventilation, for it to ventilate, just kind of like have it, like I have mine set, I put like a little something on top of it so that air can get in and air can leave. At its coldest temperature, I've had no problems printing. At its hottest temperature, I've taken the box off and I have a fan that I just have air circulate. And the hottest it's been while I've been printing is 110. That's not ideal, but I've kept my garage as cool as 95, which is still not an ideal temperature, but it works. I've had no issues with that. So yeah, is my stream a little choppy? It was, yeah, I was rendering out a little bit. So there it went from, okay, there we go. So we went from 57 million polys to 21. Now we're going to kind of go through silhouette out, and we're going to go ahead and decimate this again. It should kick it down further. Okay, what about around 46? 46 should be okay, because remember, the machine does get hot. It does create heat with the chemical reaction for UV. So it should be okay, but I would still put it over. You have some ABS, and I don't want it to be, you don't want it to be sitting in it. Yeah. Like, I print with ABS style resin all the time. That's actually how I print. And it works out pretty well. Okay. This hat's pretty intense. All this steering. What we're gonna do is we're actually going to turn around, duplicate. It is soloed. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna Z plug in. Just Dynamesh master. And we'll go one. You should be okay. I would just put a box for it. That should be fine. Do you have installation? Sorry guys, the stream is now. Hey, a little bit better. Intermission music. I know, right? Okay, let's go ahead and you have a cardboard boxes. May have to get a bench. Yeah, I just, like I said, I just put a cardboard box over. I would show you my setup. Gross outside. My old garage is disgusting. I have a little printer table. But yeah, just when it gets really cold, just find a way to keep the heat in. It's still ventilated, and then when it gets hot, just have a fan circulate or blow on it and keep it cool so that the heat gets off of it. That's all I do. Really simple, nothing too crazy. There was a guy I used to follow when I was on Facebook who lived in Germany, not Gary, although Gary is here sometimes. Another guy, and he had freezing temperatures, and he just, that's where I got it from. He like had a heater and he put a box over it and he heated the box and kept it controlled. He had a really fun setup. I was like, I don't need to get that extreme. But yeah. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and project back the details a little bit. I totally get it. God, this is extremely expensive. Personally, I like it in the office since I can see it, and I can get a camera and run a Cat 5 down to the garage. Yeah. You know, like, it's funny, I trust my printers. I learned to trust my printers. Let me rephrase that. This is just gonna, if I keep crunching these things down, it's just gonna keep killing the stream. Whatchamacallit? I trust my printers. I used to be really like staring at them all the time, but after a while, the trick I learned with resin printers, if you're worried about it failing, is I usually set a print to go. I'll wait the first 10 minutes, I'll pause it, and I'll see if the supports are adhering to the build volume. If it is, then I'm good to go, and I just let it go, and then I don't worry about it. Ford printers, they got fully by yeah, fancy garage owning people, right? Yeah, I don't own my garage, I rent it. I'm just worried about it running out of resin. Oh, interesting. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you know how to properly measure resin within your vat? Because I can tell you right now, it's really simple. Most all machines do this. There's a really simple way of figuring it out without ever worrying about it. And it took me a while to figure this out too, by the way. This wasn't common knowledge. Okay, so you look at your vat, and let me pull up some pictures. Let's do this. So let's just type in, we should be able to find some images. Let's go with Elgoo Mars vat. Let's just see if we can find something. Okay. Okay, that's not helpful. Let's see if I can get a close-up version of it. So most vats can hold no more than 300 milliliters of resin, and we're talking standard vats. Do we get a good indication? Okay, so what I recommend doing is, with knowing that your vat can hold 300 milliliters of resin, mine has little notches on it. Some do, some don't, which I think is bullshit. They all should have little notches on it, little indicators. But if yours doesn't have an indicator, then what I do is, if you're ever worried about resin and you go to Chichu Box, so let's do this real quick. It's a little bit of show and tell, so. Let's go ahead and just pull a file in. Fine. You wanna work for me? Why aren't you doing it? Okay, open project. Go to Vegeta. Come on. Go to Vegeta gloves. File does not exist. There we go. Okay. So here's my Vegeta head, right? So knowing that most vats can... It's acting up really crazy. I don't know what's wrong with my shit today. Grab it. Alright, this is all over the place. Can you not see this? There he goes. Every time I touch something. Anyway, let's say I'm happy with this, okay? For demonstration purposes, and we hit slice. That's fine, just do it. I find the Chichu Box does not work on my monitor that well. You would think they would have measurements on the inside of the vat. Yeah, so mine, I have an EPAX machine. I have little notches. And the third notch is actually just below the bottom. So keep in mind that your vat can hold no more than 300 milliliters. When you slice, pay attention right up here to this volume. So this head will take 57 milliliters. What I tend to do when I fill my vat is I send it, if it's brand new filling, I send the bed home and wait till it sits into the bed. And then I pour it so that it hits to about just a quarter of an inch below the top of the vat. That will allow you to have that displacement. So then when you lift it up, that should almost fill it at about half the vat. That will be about 150 milliliters of resin right there. Most prints won't exceed that, and if it does, that's pretty heavy. So what you could do is either take a measurement, just get it like a cup, and fill it with water, and then kind of like say like how much is 300 milliliters. You could pour that into your vat when it's clean, and you could put a piece of tape, and you could just mark that spot so that it's just right there out the way. That will also be another way to guide it. If it has little notches, you're in luck. Not, just get a measuring cup, but most vats only hold 300 milliliters, and that's the base number you want to work with. From there, like I said, when you fill it up to about a quarter of an inch to the top and then release the bed and have it drip up above, that vat will be holding about 150 milliliters, and then you can go off of that. Most prints should not exceed 200 milliliters of resin unless you're printing real solid stuff. I think the most intense I've ever printed, including max height, I've only printed 250 milliliters of resin at a time. So that's my advice. That's what I would recommend you do. But I've never worried about that since I started doing that trick. So try that, see if that works. Worst case scenario too is, like I said, you just get a cup, it has milliliter markings, pour it into there, and then just drain it, and that should work. But yeah, that's what most vats are set to. Now that's standard. We're talking about the Elegoo, the cubic, and we're talking about the you know, e-packs, like the base machines. The bigger machines, I have no idea. Good luck if you got one of those. I don't think you do. Well, you have an any cubic, don't you? Remember which one you said. But yeah, no problem. That's helpful. Great. You know, send me if you have questions too, Peter. Tag me in some photos. Send me a private message, and I'll gladly help you out. Yeah, you have the any cubic. So yeah, that should be it. Like I said, I would just take a piece of like masking tape, and then just kind of, or Sharpie. Fuck it, take a Sharpie or like a little scribe. Fill it up with 300 milliliters of resin. I mean, of water. Like clean it all out. Fill it up with 300 milliliters of water. See where that line is. Scribe that line. Mark it with Sharpie. Something. And then you know that's your max point. You'll never worry about it again. Then no worries. Unless you're doing massive, heavy stuff. But yeah, I mean, this was solid, right? I didn't even hollow this out, and this is 57. And then if you hollow, like we all should. Hold on one second. This stupid thing. This glitches out every time. Okay, hold on one second. I'm just gonna go back. Gonna hollow this real quick. Just say hollow. And then just for fun, I'm going to, that's 200, that's 2 millimeter hollow. And then just for fun, I'm just going to quickly add some supports. I know you can't see it right now. Just quickly doing it. Platform everything. Just for fun. Okay, and then let's go ahead and go back and hit print. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine, yeah. If you guys can see that. It actually has a hidden Cat5 port, so I can set up an Octoprint. Yeah, you could do that too, absolutely. So let's say we were happy with this. It's hollowed at 2 millimeters, which is thin. That's very thin walls. I usually do 2 to 3, no more than that, depending on the thing. So from 57 with no supports to 25 milliliter, 26 milliliters was round up with supports. So immediately it's night and day difference. This means I need to get a snake from the office to the garage. Yeah, you could do that. Just trust your machine, buddy. Trust your machine. But yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's a big difference. So yeah, so that's what I mean. Like a vat can hold 300 milliliters. That's max. Super max. And then, yeah, you have to trust your machine. That's machining 101. Believe it or not, when I learned how to machine on a CNC lathe and mill, they told us, like, I was so paranoid the first few programs I wrote. And then my boss said, trust your machine. It's the only way you're going to get work done. Of course, when your job's on the line. I was like, okay, fine. Well, I'm not asking you to trust people. I'm asking you to trust your machine. Big difference. It's already proven that Y2K did not happen, so we're good. So yeah, you should be good. Yeah, quit. I don't want to save that crap. Okay. Let's go ahead and try to decimate this one more time. Well played, sir. Well played. You're welcome. Anyway, yeah, if you have any more questions, let me know. Yeah, printing is just... 3D printing is fun, but yeah, it can be stressful. And I get the need to want to watch it. I have a friend who recently got a CNC thing, wants me to make a Ninja Turtle guitar in Zbrush to print. I'm like, mate, you are overestimating my abilities. You know, I think you could do it. I think you could do that. No idea how it will work. Yeah. Yeah, that's... I mean, I've never made a guitar either. CNC for wood? Ooh, yeah. Well, or either way. Yeah, probably cutting it on a mill. Obviously, that would make more sense. You can't. You're not turning it, so it would be a mill for sure. Probably a 5-axis mill. Really, you just need to. Honestly, you know what you need to do? I'll tell you right now. You just need to make the guitar, and then give him the STL, and then he'll put it in his CNC machine. Like he'll put it in Mastercam and hit all the points, or just give him the file. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gone for the day. It's been fun as always. I wish everyone an amazing day, evening. I'm also excited to see the renders. Absolutely, I'll be working on the renders the rest of the day. Thanks, Martin. Dude, always have a great day. Enjoy your evening, day. Enjoy the rest of your time. And I'll talk to you later, buddy. But yeah, that's all you should actually have to be able to do. See, the problem with Zbrush is that you don't really get a lot of CAD programs. Oh, actually, give him an OBJ. That should be fine. But either way, like, yeah, make the guitar and then hand it over to them. They're gonna have to do the programming. There's nothing you can do from there. That's easy enough. In fact, if I were to export this, I was thinking, my options. I mean, a 3MF might work. FBX might work. No, OBJ exported. Yeah. Depends on what system he's using. Yeah, it's not hard to build. I have a custom build on my wall, pretty easy. Wiring, since most are max of 3 wires, the main thing to watch out for is the neck seating. Yeah, exactly. I guess. Just give it a whack and see what Cronenberg monster will appear. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's all you gotta do. Totally fine. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and decimate currents. Okay. Now we're starting to go through the body itself. The teeth look pretty good, so we don't need to worry about that. Just cutting through, making sure things look good. I only have a few more minutes for today, guys, so thanks for bearing with me. Snowball itself is pretty intense. Kind of looking for the big boys. The scarf is $1 million. Actually, it might be pretty good. This might be render worthy. Not on the stream though. This is gonna kill it. Okay. Yeah, we can get rid of this guy right here. The original gun. Yeah. Okay. Not too bad. This will still be intense for rendering. But I think overall it'll be pretty cool. Okay. Everything's just kind of laggy now. So we're going to save this as a... We'll call this the Blender render. So we'll call this the Snowman Blender render. Snowman Blender render. Yeah, that's super important since it's going to have the most tension. Yeah. Evil Snowman, we'll just call this the render one. Yeah, 10's fine. Alright, I'll be streaming later for the first of the 4 characters. Need to start adding clothing and work on the face. Nice, man, nice. Yeah, I can't wait to see your progress on that, Peter. That's going to be awesome. Right, we got 5 minutes left. Let's go ahead and see if we can export this out. Okay, so if you guys hadn't seen my YouTube video on moving ZBrush Polypaint over into Blender, really it's just as simple as coming up to export, going to FBX, and then calling this evil and render. And then here, visible only. Then of course I go with FBX 2019, turn off camera. This is it. This is just what we want. And then we say, okay. That's going to move it all over. You're not using GoB? No, GoB actually fails right now. GoB fails terribly because there's a bug within Zbrush that is causing the poly paint not to move over. It's on Zbrush's side. It was a total accident. So even the FBX plugin export doesn't work. Now, what's funny about this bug is it only works for some people. Some people haven't updated, or if it's I've had some people say it works for them when it doesn't. Some people have had to install a DLL file when they don't need to. So there is just the standard export FBX. It's actually the best way to go right now for most people. GoB is kind of fun, but I'm getting tired of rendering in Blender. I'm thinking about getting the Keyshot Lite version as like the last program I'm ever gonna need, because there's the bridge with ZBrush into Keyshot and it actually has support, and it's $150. So maybe I'll do a couple commissions and see if I can get that program going. I still like Blender. I'm not knocking it, but the more Blender updates, they're kind of colliding with each other. 2021. This is mainly issue for 2021. But yeah, Blender and ZBrush are colliding with each other accidentally. They're both having troubles. You might want to look at Marmoset. The reason Marmoset, the reason why I'm not looking at it is because I'm not interested in real-time rendering as much as I am product rendering now. Because I make toys, I want my stuff to look like toys. And real-time rendering is good. There's nothing wrong with it. But as far as a renderer goes, I understand Marmoset doesn't handle high polys well, but Keyshot does. I don't know how true that is. Keyshot, I know, is more for product rendering, and I'm thinking that's what I want to do. And it's node-based, kind of like Blender, so I feel like I'm already learning that. But this might not be for a while anyway. But you love Keyshot, so that's good. Gotcha, yeah. I'm really not liking the UI UX updates for Blender 2.8x and above. Yeah, I get it. You're still running 2.79. But see, there's a lot of cool features with like I have the 2.9 alpha update, and I do like it. But they're just they're constantly updating it. So yeah, it's a little. I think it's just preference at this point. But the plugin bridge comes with Keyshot Lite, and ZBrush and Keyshot are communicating with each other really well. And since ZBrush is the main program I use, I think it's a smart move to move that way. I wonder if they take PayPal credit. That's the first question. Askers. They've changed the hotkeys I use in my workflow. Oh crap! So you have to change them back or you have to learn a new workflow. That's annoying. Yeah, that would mess with me too. I hate that when that happens. 1.5 minutes, guys, and then we're gonna do Stream Raiders, and then that is it. We're also exporting right now. As you can see, exporting takes a while. So hard surface tomorrow, guys. Hard surface indeed. We'll find something kind of fun. If you guys have any ideas of what hard surface object you would like me to sculpt in Discord, drop it into the just tag me in a photo somewhere. I'm gonna take a look at some stuff. I think we settled on something Star Wars, or did we not settle on something? I think somebody said obscure. Obscure. Awesome. Placing all these epics. I love it. Yeah. Thinking it's thinking. Ooh, file exported almost. This little gingerbread's gonna be top heavy. I don't know if you guys noticed, I put the hose into the ground, so when I cut it for 3D print, it's actually it's gonna cut really well. I need to look at how to print to exact measurements. How to print to exact measurements. I want to make some curtain rods. Nice. Okay. When you say exact measurements, do you mean like down to the 1/64th of an inch exact? Or do you have a little bit of leeway, like good enough? Because you can get exact measurements in Zbrush. There's a few ways to do it. Plus or minus 4 mil. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay. Here's what I recommend you do. Take a cube in Zbrush. I'll show you here in a second. Take a cube in Zbrush. And I want you to basically add multi edge loops, or just add edge loops. You know, like a 1/16th of an inch, at like 16. You know, make sure there's like each one is will be like a 1/16th of an inch. Here, oh, did it finish? No, I didn't. And then scale that cube to 1 inch. And so then you can use that as kind of a measurement system where you can stack the cubes. That's how I got Vegeta to be the right size. I then made sure that I added as many cubes as I wanted. Made those markers after it was sized to 1 inch. And so you can get roughly close there. And then you can actually use the markers within the cube itself to measure out more approximate. It's a little bit of a funky way of doing it. I know there's some transpose measuring tools you can use as well, but once you set scale to that 1 inch, that transpose tool can become a measuring system. I just haven't played with it so much. I know it can be done. But when I go to exact size, like I know Vegeta's one foot tall, that's because I did the cube where I made it 1 inch and then I stacked it up and then I sized Vegeta to the cube, not the other way around. And then from there, I was like, yeah, that's going to be about a foot. And so far, it's pretty accurate. Measuring in ZBrush Cray. Yeah. Raid Emmy? Yeah, we can raid Emmy. That's fine. She's streaming. You guys enjoy that? We can do that. All right, the battle is ready to begin. Stream Raiders. Here we go. 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 I don't want to go in up. Do it. Just murder everyone. Yeah, I got you. I've seen that. I know there's a good way to do it. Seeing people make rings and stuff. Yeah. Ooh. Maybe we should make some jewelry here. He's making jewelry now. There you go, Cardi. Were you here for that? I think I saw the same videos, Peter. Yeah. Ooh, we just backed that guy in the corner. Boom! Look at that. Did it! Freaking did it! Nice, nice, nice. Open chest, open chests. ENR and Peter, the duo. Woohoo! I do it with my big dude. Yeah. All right, all right, all right. Okay, so tomorrow we'll go ahead and get to the boss for sure. Check the Scale Master plugin as well. It'll let you create a Unity cube and scale if you want. Exactly. Little Oddity Games. Great, great suggestion. Love it. Wow, I did nothing that round. No, you did a lot that round. We're good. Okay, my thing is it's still writing. All right, guys. Peter, I can show you the measuring cube tomorrow, because I think this is gonna take a while. Let's see, did it work? Yeah, subtool exported. It's still thinking. Unicube, I mean, not Unity. I undermeant where you stood. I think that's it. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, tomorrow we can I can show you how I did the measuring. It gets you a little bit better of an idea. Yeah, ZBrush is just funky right now. Funky Cole Medina. Hopefully, hopefully the new update. Ooh, that's the thing. ZBrush's new update 2021.5 is coming out December 8th. The stream we do on that day, what day is that? The stream we do when it comes out, it's going to be overviewing the new ZBrush. So that is Tuesday, right? Yeah, that's Tuesday. So Tuesday the 8th, ZBrush 2021.5 comes out. So hopefully it'll be out like at midnight. I can download it, install it, and then we'll go ahead and we'll basically be covering the new the new ZBrush, the way it works. So go ahead and close that for a second. Final question for you guys. Hard surface. We can do something as fun and simple and as unique as a ring. You guys want to see a ring? That's hard surface. I know there's a lot there, so we can do some jewelry stuff and then move into mech machines and like I want to do a lot with hard surface. So that's and something interesting to you. We could definitely do that because I mean, characters need jewelry. Okay. Oh yes, there it is. Perfect. Go ahead and save this one more time, and then let's go raid somebody. So you guys suggested Emmy, so let's do Emmy. Make sure nobody wants me to. Oop. Okay, guys. Go ahead and raid Emmy. More than likely. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, let's do that then. Let's start with some fun jewelry. We'll look up some fun pieces I would want us to make, and then we'll work our way up. I think that'll be good. Got so quiet, I was because the music died. It all died. All right, we're rating her. Let's do it. Giving me. And in 10 seconds, we'll be rating. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. As always, I enjoy just hanging out with everybody. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And you guys take it easy. Enjoy your character sculptings, and I will let you guys know when the renders are up. I'll also let you know when this thing is ready for 3D print, which should be available all next week for free. And then after that, I think I'll like make it available for like so. But everybody here is going to get it for free. It'll be thrown in the Discord, so make sure you're a part of that, and that's where you'll get it for free. The rest will go on the art station. Anyway, guys, Kinar, awesome. Thank you so much. No problem. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.